Okay, I want to address this hate comment I got. Let me pull it up on TikTok. Keep those hate comments coming. So, someone said this is literally what he was going with until you interrupted him, and still made plenty of money, so he wasn't canceled. That made even more fervent supporters.
It did. Same with Jordan Peterson, though.
Yeah.
Tate was canceled, deplatformed, demonetized, all of that. Obviously, I think he created escape velocity for himself.
So my whole point,
drive those
Joel, like you said, he still had his own platform. He was still allowed to, was that he's not deplatformed, canceled. We see this with Louis C.K. is trending again. All these people who are canceled are not canceled, y'all. That was my point. Yeah. I was addressing some haters on your TikTok.
Oh, yeah, I mean, canceled off of main social platforms, you know? So if what you have to say is good enough, controversial enough, interesting enough, you should be able to jump that to your own platform. I think you bringing up Louis C.K. is very interesting. He's doing Madison Square Garden shows again. He's putting his content up only on his website now. He's doing great, like in terms of a comeback.
After literally doing sexual crimes, so don't tell me, you know.
Yeah,
people can't that these allegations are ruining men's lives.
Oh, I don't know. I think that when people get deplatformed off of all the easy places where everyone already is, I think that certainly makes them sad. But I don't think my position has changed one time, has it, Sohil? It doesn't matter right or left or center, nowhere. If you don't like it and one of these big platforms says no one gets to watch you anymore and you weren't that interesting, then be more interesting or go get a job at Home Depot, man. Like if you're in the content creation business and you're going to cry if you get shadow banned or whatever, be more interesting. Have more interesting things to say and people will come find what you have to say, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but the whole conversation about deplatforming because you think someone's dangerous or whatever, it does work in pushing people to their own platform or to smaller areas where that influence is.
I'll be totally honest with you, dude. I had no idea who Andrew Tate was until Patrick Bet David started bringing him up all over the place on his stuff. And I like Patrick because he's a very good interviewer. I listen to a lot of his podcasts because he lets the other person talk and they have a discussion a lot like Rogan. He's not going into it with this predisposed list of questions. He has had very controversial people on. His Tate podcast was 4 hours or something. I didn't even know who Andrew Tate was, man. And I mean, I go on social media really to look at how our stuff is doing, hoping that maybe someone has reached out for a little construction assistance or business. And I do a lot of, I keep up with my rugby on there and look for rugby highlights, animal shit, and then biohacking, nutrition, fitness. That's what I use social media for. I myself don't go on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and go to the Discover page and look for someone who's going to give me advice about like how to live life and talk to girls. But that's obviously a big thing. But I didn't even know who Tate was. So then when the powers that be say you now don't get to be on all these mainstream, I think it just makes them even more interesting to people are like, well, what the fuck? I mean, and then they go seek them out. Don't you think? I mean, and I think sometimes that's their goal, to get talked about.